please forgive me. The Senate will come to order. Senator Tate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, members and Broncos fans. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Majors, please call the roll.
Senators Aguilar, Baumgardner, Carroll, Cook, Crowder, Donovan, Garcia, Grantham, Guzman, Heath, Hill.
Excused.
Hodge, Holbert, John, Johnston, Jones, Kafalis, Kerr, Lambert, Lundberg, Marble, Martinez-Humenick, Merrifield, Neville, Newell, Roberts, Scheffel, Scott, Sonnenberg, Stedman, Tate, Todd, Ulibarri, Woods. Mr. President.
Here, 34 present, 0 absent, 1 excused. We have a quorum. Senator Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the reading for the journal for Thursday, January 21st, 2016 be dispensed with and that the journal be approved and corrected by the Secretary.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. That motion is approved and the journal is adopted. Reports of committees of reference.
January 21st, 2016, Committee on Education. After consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends following Senate Bill 66 be referred to the Committee of the Whole favorable recommendation with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. January 21st, 2016, Committee on Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Energy. After consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends following Senate Joint Memorial 2 be referred to the Senate for final action.
Introduction to resolutions.
Senate Joint Resolution 4 by Senator Sonnenberg, Representative Becker J. concerning the designation of January 25th, 2016 as Colorado 4-H Day.
Majority Leader Scheffel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate lay over Senate Joint Resolution 4 to Monday, January 25th.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. Senate Joint Resolution 4 will lay over until Monday, January 25th. Mr. Majors.
Senate Joint Resolution 5 by Senator Cadman and Representative Hollinghorst concerning the Denver Broncos and in connection therewith designating Sunday, January 24th, 2016, Denver Broncos Appreciation Day.
All right, consideration of resolutions. Yeah, he's already, I just got to go down and get recognized and then get.
Gotcha. I got the script.
Yeah, thank you. You got one?
Bill, you want that?
Yeah, you can wear that.
No, that was for you. President Cadman.
Thank you, Madam President. I move Senate Joint Resolution 5 and ask that it be read at length.
Whereas the Denver Broncos have completed another winning season with a 12-4 record, winning their 5th consecutive American Football Conference AFC Western Division Championship, becoming the #1 seed in the AFC, and sending the Pittsburgh Steelers home for 6 months of needed rest and healing. And whereas the Denver Broncos on January 24th will face the New England Patriots to compete for and claim the AFC Championship, and thereby head to Super Bowl 50 on Sunday, February 7th. And whereas the Denver Broncos are not only Denver's team, but Colorado's team, and are beloved by football fans across the Rocky Mountain region and additional millions of sports fans of all ages across the nation. And whereas in the spirit of generosity and good sportsmanship, for which Colorado is justly famous, Denver Broncos fans continue to welcome and tolerate fans of other less talented football teams into our community. People who challenge our traditions of civility by wearing outrageous costumes with funny names on them like Cowboys, Chargers, Raiders, and Seahawks. And whereas Colorado sports fans are blessed to have the National Football League's best defense and Peyton Manning as the Denver Broncos quarterback, a man who is a certain first ballot Hall of Fame athlete, universally admired not only as one of the greatest football players of all time, but as a leader and exemplar of the highest standards of integrity, commitment, perseverance, and sportsmanship. And whereas Pat Bowlen, owner of the Denver Broncos, and his management team, coaches, players, and staff have contributed greatly to the well-being of the broader community. Now therefore be it resolved by the Senate of the 70th General Assembly of the State of Colorado, the House of Representatives concurring herein, that Sunday, January 24th, 2016 be officially declared Denver Broncos Appreciation Day, and that all Coloradans be encouraged to show their appreciation for the team through public displays of all manner of Broncos flags, banners, and sportswear. Be it further resolved that copies of this joint resolution be sent to owner Pat Bowlen, President, Chairman, and CEO Joe Ellis, Executive Vice President and General Manager John Elway, Vice President of Public Relations Patrick Smith, Vice President of Community Development Cindy Kellogg, and Head Coach Gary Kubiak.
President Cadman.
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, it's no secret why we are doing this. People have been saying so far to the multitudes of events that we've had to attend, are you having fun yet? Yes. Day 10, we are having some fun today. I understand too that when our team prevails on Sunday, that this will become a tradition and they will be in attendance going forward en masse, correct? Yes, okay. If it turns out to the alternative, you will never see a piece of orange in this building again and they won't even drive by. Hopefully this is a new awesome tradition. We have some very special guests representing our team. And colleagues, I do apologize for not getting this resolution to everybody because I'm sure all except one of you, and you know who you are, would have signed on to it. What's more important is we know who you are. But representing the Broncos, as I mentioned, we have some very special folks. Austin Brink, their photographer, who is going to document this historic occasion in advance of a Super Bowl run and another championship. Mike Bonner, Senior Director of Event Presentation and Production, who's really testing us out. So make it happen. And one of the best defensive backs in Denver Broncos history. He was the first player in team history to play 13 seasons with the Broncos, was team captain for many years, was a vital member of the first Super Bowl team in 1977. I know Senator Heath was at that game. Yeah, he was. He still got the cup. Holds 2 NFL records, one which stood for over 2 decades. Drafted in 1969, Senator Heath was there for that too. He led the AFC in both kickoff and punt return average as a rookie, and during his career he was selected to 3 Pro Bowls in 77, 78, 81, and was an All-Pro selection in 1977. Please welcome Hall of Fame, Ring of Fame, Billy the Man Thompson. Colleagues, we have another special guest here who has shared an endearing story of perseverance with a team that most of us have loved even before we had the opportunity to live in Colorado. I got here as soon as I could. I do have 2 children that are natives. Beth Bowlen, please welcome the daughter of Pat Bowlen here with us today. you want me to share it. So I want to share the story that you shared because it's fantastic. Talks about obviously a couple Super Bowls that didn't totally work out for the Broncos. But on the night of the first Super Bowl win, she had returned from the party, saw the light kind of coming through the crack under her dad's suite, and went over there, knocked on the door, and he answered it in his jammies, Bronco jammies. And there was a box sitting on the floor, and she's like, "Is that it? Is that it?" "Yeah, that's it. That's it." And talks about how hard it was to open it. It was like Raiders of the Lost Ark trying to open this great chest to reveal the Vince Lombardi trophy. And apparently you folks went to sleep on the couch with the trophy, something like that, right? But anyway, didn't want to go to sleep, afraid if they woke up they would find out it was a dream again. But thank you for sharing that with us, and thank you for sharing today with us as well. We are so thrilled to have you here.
Majority Leader Scheffel.
Thank you, President Roberts. Colleagues, what a special day. Have such great guests with us this morning, and we've all got our Bronco stories, and I'll relate mine. What an exciting time of year this is. I remember vividly, too. I moved here pretty young. I remember my folks packed up and came out to Colorado, and my dad was commuting out forever to a little place in Waterton Canyon, and I remember vividly. Raleigh Heath was there, Senator Heath, and I remember him coming home one day and saying those magic words. Came home, dinner table that night. He said, "Well, we're in Colorado, and I want the family to know we're on the list." I was pretty young at the time. I was like, "What list is that?" What was the list to become season ticket holders for the Denver Broncos? And we spent a long time on that list. And then I remember the other time when the day came and he said, "Well, our name came up, we're in." And that was many, many years older, Beth, and you know how long that takes, and have been season ticket holders ever since. And I've known Beth Bolin for some time now and had the privilege of knowing her on a professional level. And I just want to say, Beth, what a pleasure it is to have you here. Your story, football and otherwise, is really a story of perseverance, and your involvement and love for the game is amazing. It's renowned, and I just want to know we appreciate it, and I personally appreciate getting to know you and work on things with you, and just wish you the very best. I know your involvement with the National Football League and the Denver Broncos is going to be exciting to watch, and just appreciate you taking the time to get here. Mr. Thompson, it's great to see you as well. We've all watched in, and how exciting it is, and for you to be here and on the verge of this great victory that we're about to experience. And so just these are exciting times for Broncos fans, and appreciate you being able to come to the floor of the State Senate, and we congratulate you both and look forward to a big team win on Sunday. We'll be there. So, thanks, colleagues.
Is there any further discussion? Senator Woods.
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues and guests, we're really privileged to have Beth Bolin here with us this morning. I just want to tell you a little bit about her. She is Pat Bolin's second oldest child, and she's in her last year at the DU Sturm College of Law. So Beth wanted me to relay to President Cadman and to all of the Senate her gratitude for acknowledging and supporting and remembering her dad and cheering on the Broncos. My son, at age 15 in high school, put his name on the list to get season tickets. And when he was 25, they called him and he was in. So my son will be at the game on Sunday night with a friend of his. And he's a proud season ticket holder as well. So Beth, it's been a privilege to get to know you. Billy Thompson, we have loved watching you all of the years that you've played. Thank you for being here this morning. And let's welcome Beth and Billy Thompson one more time.
Senator Holbert.
Thank you, Madam President. The Denver Broncos play a game, and some people might say, why are we spending so much time recognizing a game? It's entertainment, certainly, and we all are so looking forward to the excitement of the game on Sunday. But the Denver Broncos Football Club also for decades, generations, has brought blessing to people in Denver and Colorado and around our nation. For me, there was an impact that I didn't understand in 1977. My parents separated. We had lived in Colorado from 61 to 64, so I missed it by 6 months being a native. But my mom had reached out to her brother, who was fairly well connected here in the Denver area, and he said, come here, bring Chris and my sister Gretchen to Denver, and we'll help you get established, work through this challenge in my parents' marriage. My Uncle Bob was Jim Sacamano's predecessor, Bob Peck. And my Uncle Bob helped my mom get established at a little TV station over on Bannock Street called Channel 9. She was the receptionist there, so it was a start. But the day after we arrived in Denver, Uncle Bob said, you're going to a Bronco game. And we went and watched the Denver Broncos play the Dallas Cowboys at Mile High Stadium. And later on, they went to the Super Bowl. And then when I was 18, my part-time job was to go to Mile High Stadium in my orange 1968 Camaro, and I would park on the west side of there, and I would run the stats from the second-level press box up to the radio booth on top. And it was just such an amazing impact. And a couple years later, my Uncle Bob was diagnosed with brain cancer, and the team was there to support him in the hospital and at his funeral. And I just wanted to say thank you to the Bolin family, to the Broncos Football Club. My testimony is just one little example of how it's so much more than a game, but your company, your team, your family has had such a positive impact. And I just thank the Bolin family and the whole football club for the impact that you've made on my life. Here I am, one of 35 senators from Colorado, and I don't think I would be here if it wasn't for that gracious outpouring of support from the football club. So good luck on Sunday, and thank you for all you've done for me in the state of Colorado.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the adoption of, President Cadman.
Thank you. I did want to highlight something that came up during the previous discussion, and that is now we have knowledge of colleagues who actually have tickets for the game on Sunday, and it is not a violation to share those with the president. If you are a peer, Majority Leader Shuffle, it is not a violation of Amendment 41 for the Majority Leader who has season tickets to share one of those or two with the President of the Senate. And it's going to be a long time standing here at this resolution until we see something like that happening. Start moving. I know you got pockets. Thank you, Madam President. I renew my motion.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the adoption of Senate Joint Resolution 5. Are there any no votes? Wise? Seeing none? I am, with a vote of 35 aye, we have all 35?
34.
Senate Joint Resolution 5 is passed. Co-sponsors.
Madam President.
Yes, President Cadman.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that the morning roll call be added as co-sponsors.
Seeing no objection, the current roll call will be added as co-sponsors. All right.
Yay. Colleagues, I would normally excuse us a few minutes so we could greet our guests, but we're going to get through just a couple more things, and then you'll have an opportunity to greet our special guests. And I know they're pressed for time, so we want to honor that as well. Signing bills.
January 21st, 2016, the President signed House Joint Resolution 1001.
Announcements. Senator Newell, you're going to miss it next time. Are you announcing that you're a season ticket holder and that there's tickets for the President? No further announcements. Senator Newell. Ann Kerr? Senator Newell, I called on you. I need the info next time. Senator Kerr.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like everyone to please welcome my mayor. He's a new mayor of the city of Lakewood. Adam Paul is here with us today.
Congratulations. Senator Baumgartner.
Thank you, Mr. President. For the last and final time this year, National Western Livestock Auction is tonight. Anyone that hasn't given, please give. I will let you know that the House has raised over $5,000, which is really sad if we do not outdo them, knowing that there's more of them, but knowing that we're better than they are. So please see Senator Sonberg, myself, or
Senator Donovan.
Thank you, Mr. President. Any level of contribution is really appreciated, just at a level that's meaningful to you, because we do buy this animal on behalf of the whole General Assembly. So you will be represented when we buy this, and we'd love for you to be represented in the contributions. Thank you, everyone.
Senator Crowder.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd just like to announce the Veterans Caucus for Monday lunch. At this point in time, it's in HCR 112, and all veterans are welcome, and all those who support veterans are welcome. Thank you very much.
Senator Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. President. To that lunch on the Veterans Caucus, Senator Crowder and I will be leading that here in the Senate, but can you be sure, if you're looking at the flyer, to RSVP to Jerry by today, 1300, 1 o'clock, so that we can make sure we have lunch for you.
Senator Todd.
Thank you, Mr. President, and happy Broncos Day. Want to invite you again to the Aerospace and Defense Caucus Luncheon today. It is at noon to 1:30 in the 6th floor in the office building across the street where some of us reside. I know some of you that are in the Capitol don't know that some of us actually office across the street, but come on over and see the digs. And come and join us. I think it will be a great initial meeting, and then as we continue to meet throughout the year. And I just want to challenge anyone in the room. I think I have the oldest, I'm not the oldest, but I think I have the oldest replica of a Denver Bronco button that probably was when Billy was playing, 1970-ish. And so go Broncos, and let's bring it on home. And how exciting to have such a great leader as Peyton Manning at the forefront. Thanks.
Senator Heath has lots of those buttons. Senator Newell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm sorry I don't have any Broncos tickets for you. Members, wanted to remind you, you have all probably been invited and have it on your calendars, but just in case you don't, Monday night is the Kemp Foundation legislative reception. It is at 5 to 8 p.m. on Monday. It's at the University Club just down the street. And please RSVP with Jeannie Vanderberg, and we hope to see you there. Thank you.
Further announcements? Senator Sonnenberg.
Thank you, Mr. President. I indeed have two announcements. I wanted to tell you a little bit about my lunch yesterday. I had a great lunch with former Senator Brophy, and Senator Brophy was more than willing to give up his air pump for the quarterback of that other team if he needed it. And then he got to thinking, he says, maybe not. Go ahead and let the air out of it, then that losing football won't roll off of that loser quarterback's mantle at home. With that said, I want to remind everybody, the CSU National Western Tour today that starts at noon. The bus will be out at Colfax and 14th. It will be the CSU bus. We will take you out there. We will look at the new project. We will have lunch out there, and then we will deliver you back to the Capitol at 1:30. So the bus leaves, actually be out there at noon. The bus leaves at 12:05. Look forward to seeing you there.
Senator Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members of the Senate Business, Labor, and Technology, I just wanted to note on the calendar for Monday that we do not have business. We will not be meeting. So if that gives you an opportunity to get work done and do other things that might be pressing, just wanted to give the opportunity to budget that time today. Go Broncos!
Majority Leader Scheffel.
Thank you, Mr. President. All right, colleagues, major Bronco moment coming up here. What's going to happen is we're going to have our two special guests after we adjourn, join the President and myself up at the podium. Anybody who wants to be a part of that picture, and we include full-fledged participation from the Senate, to head that direction, and we will do a very nice group photo that will be proudly displayed showing our Bronco pride. With that, Mr. President, I move that the Senate adjourn.
We are actually, we're going to adjourn shortly, and here's why. This is somewhat historic. We are breaking the rules a little bit. That's what you get to do with this job.
Breaking the rules.
But as long as we leave the camera rolling, this will be in the camera. So we might as well get this one forever. So if you're interested in coming and joining the photo,
no adjournment motion.
Recorded in Colorado history forever as the Colorado Channel continues to run. This is your shot. You could do this. Next to Beth. Okay.
Guys to come closer.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
See, that's what we look like on TV. Right there. You're seeing it, guys.
Yeah. Hit the override there.
We got an override.
Mr. Majority Leader. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. One final quick announcement, colleagues. If you're not feeling well, I can't imagine that on this Bronco Day, but if you are feeling ill, the doctor of the day is here. Dr. Lisa Winkler. Appreciate her taking the time to come administer unto us on this particular Friday. With that, Mr. President, I do move that the Senate adjourn to 10 a.m. Monday, January 25th.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The Senate will be adjourned until 10 a.m. Monday, January 25th for the post-Broncos game celebration.